The world you know is a lie, stitched together with secrecy and held up by those willing to fight the things that slip through the cracks. Since the dawn of civilization, there have been breaches, holes in reality where the other world seeps in. Myths, legends, and nightmares of old weren't merely just stories to keep us from going out into the dark. They were warnings. And when the things in the dark refused to stay in the dark, the ShadowGate Bureau was formed, a covert agency tasked with sealing rifts, stopping incursions, and making damn sure the world never finds out. The jobs are dangerous, the odds are slim, and the monsters don't care about your badge. Let's begin. Picture, if you will, a college town at the edge of autumn. Delhi, New York, where the leaves turn, the nights grow longer, and the woods remember what they used to be. Hunters have gone missing, not all at once, not loudly, just gone. Into this quiet absence steps a solution, or perchance, a mistake. The ShadowGate Bureau dispatches a veteran agent, recently returned from a mandatory vacation, sent on what his supervisors will call a layup, a simple job, a courtesy assignment, something to ease an old hand back into the field. But Delhi has no interest in being simple, and the woods never cared for courtesy. What begins as a missing persons report reveals something deeper, and what looks like routine hides ritual. What waits beneath the hunter's moon is not interested in being found, only in being fed. The question now is not what's happening in Delhi, but whether experience is enough to survive it. Can old dogs learn new tricks? Or has Deacon Miller finally stepped into a story that ends with his name in a file stamped closed? You're listening to the ShadowGate Bureau, and this is the Hunter's Moon.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here we go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. My name is Chris Covert. I'm joined today by the wonderful, the stupendous, the immensely handsome
Oh, stop it.
Seftan Fowler of Venture Forth D&D, also from the internet, and
Yeah.
my friend. So, hi, thank you for doing this.
What's up, bud? Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
We are going to dive deep into the world of the ShadowGate Bureau, this time at our most modern yet. It is 1978.
Excellent. I'm already just losing it.
Why don't you briefly describe Deacon Miller?
Okay, so Deacon Miller, about 5'9", about 160 pounds. Definition of average build. He's in his early 40s, a slight 3-day beard, kind of constantly on there. He has just short, very sort of cropped, kind of militaristic style, deep brown, somewhat auburn hair that's now just peppered with gray. He's got pretty intense pockmark scars along the cheeks. He's wearing a well-worn, kind of a straight black suit, somewhat of an older cut, more reminiscent of the early 60s. He wears a long duster, kind of a wide-brimmed hat, pulled a little low. He has tucked behind his right ear into the hat. He's got a cigarette, probably got one in his mouth right now. He's usually smoking. Light brown eyes, a face that is more accustomed to frowning than smiling.
Oh.
It's kind of always head on a swivel, his head just kind of as he walks around, it just kind of is constantly scanning around looking for things.
Your head would be on a swivel in this moment if you were not face first on the ground.
Oh boy.
And your stomach is just up in your throat as you have been punched or hit in the stomach.
Oof.
Notice how I said it was 1978 when we started.
Yes,
and
I
I gave
did.
you the thing that was 1979.
79, yeah.
This is a year before.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I want you to describe to me what you're feeling as you're in Guyana. Having left the compound of the People's Temple Agricultural Project, you find yourself in a bar fight. As one person looks at you and says, Deacon fucking Miller, I didn't expect to find you here. And you feel the stomach that you've gotten punched by your rival. Your rival, Agent Victor Alvarez.
He punched me in the stomach?
Yeah.
Oh, that dick. I grit my teeth. Ooh, is this like friendly or is he being like...
You look up and you are surrounded by people and they are egging you on to fight as Victor Alvarez looks in. Man, come on. You couldn't even figure this out. All those people died.
I'll get up. Slow. Victor? Not now, dude.
And the crowd kind of like, boo! These Americans are supposed to fight. Fuck these guys. And so Victor kind of like, oh, you chicken, Deacon? Seemed to lost your touch.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking front kick him right in the stomach.
As you go to kick him right in the stomach, we go forwards in time to 1979 in the Pine Barrens. As you see the smug look as you kick him in the stomach, that same look of surprise and just fear in his eyes you see as he is lying on the ground dead. In the Pine Barrens, surrounded by cultists, your team has gotten wiped. There were these group of cultists seeking to summon this greater being to help them. The Cult of the Veil, you've been fighting them for years, scattered throughout Eastern Europe. You faced a sect of them when you were in Vietnam, but never in this number. There are about 20 cultists that have already died, and 15 are trying to corral this giant spirit with dual swords floating above with an expression of just disdain. It does not kill because it hates. It does not kill because it wants to seek dominion. It was killing them because they sought to control it. And you swirl and everything goes around you and you are met with Victor's dead eyes. And you look and you scan over to your partner, Jim. And you remember Jim just saying to you all the time, you fucking Rockport guys are always just so fucking peculiar. And the time that you let him into the ShadowGate Bureau and he's like, that's fucking weird. You have knife for hands? And you look over at him now as he's scared and he draws a rifle from his back and is taking shots at the shadow of death. And you know you have the opportunity to close the gate. The cultists are working on it. Is a plinth basically with a small disc holding the blood of 10 virgin souls. You can destroy that disc and send the shadow of death away forever, or you can save your partner.
Well, look at Jim. Does he know?
He looks at you. Fuck you! Do it!
I remember in Vietnam when we were together, the first time that he ever saw what I could do. And how he said that same thing. He just
got fucking nice, man.
Yeah. And I don't say anything. Just look at him, give him a nod. I run forward.
The shadow of death turns to your best friend, your partner, the person who you've known outside of your family the longest, who's been with you for love, loss, pain, suffering, joy. You've seen death, and it is always surprisingly uneventful. A life ends and they just stop. You wish it was a more storybook ending for Jim, the amount of time that you spent with him. But as the two swords pierce his skin, he falls limp, and you see on the face of Jim Patterson a smile as he sees you running towards the plinth and the disc. How do you destroy it?
I reach down my hand. Legacy of my family's magic is like a brilliant white, curved, long knife with a slight shade of blue appears in my hand. I look at the creature, the shadow. I say, fuck you too, and I stab it.
The shadow of death gets sucked back into the disc. The cultists themselves start to crumble into ash, a last bit of defiance in this creature as it seeks to go back to wherever it was on the other world. And you are left alone with the bodies of your crew, your rival, and your friend. In the Manhattan Bureau of the ShadowGate Bureau, you're sitting across the desk in a room not like the one that we're in, but on the wall behind you there is a mirror, and the wall in front of you there is another mirror. You assume this is a one-way mirror. You've seen these, but you've been on the other side of these before.
All right.
Person knocks on the door. You recognize this man. He's Director Samuel Harrington. 5'9", lean build, sandy blonde hair, thinning at the temples, and he wears it neatly parted. Sharp eyes behind rectangular glasses and clean-shaven face that rarely shows much emotion. His attire is always immaculate, crisp suit that reflects his attention to detail. He wears a signet ring on his pinky that bears the mark of the ShadowGate Bureau. In his hand, he carries a thick manila envelope, more like a kind of binder, but it is full of things that you know you have done. And he throws it in front of you. So you killed the thing.
Yeah,
Right. You took some time.
because I was made to.
You watched a incursion event unlike we've ever seen. You stopped it. You lost your team. You needed the time. We sent you someplace nice, a tropical island. And then I find that and he starts flipping up in the manila envelope, you're working with the locals to go after an obia?
Yeah, I got bored.
Deacon, I gotta be honest with you. And he takes off his glasses and starts rubbing them. You're one of our top agents. You have been for as long as I've been the director. We might be discussing some early retirement plans. Now, I can't tell you to stop doing what you're doing, but you will need to do that without the added benefit of the Bureau. If you so continue going off on your own, at least try and clean up your own messes. I understand that we have 15 people to induct into what is now the Otherworld ability, I guess we're calling it now. I don't know. We have a whole department for this of trying to keep the public's eye off of what we do, and you go and help people and it ruins that. And I know you're just trying to help. But things here have order. They have a procedure. There is a standard operating procedure that, quite frankly, you were there when we wrote it.
Look, Director, people have been getting on without the Bureau for a long time, okay?
I understand that your family has a commitment to saving this world. But what I need is cooperation. And he starts pulling open case files. All of these, you've saved thousands at this point. You have the ability to make so much change. I wish that you would bring this into this next generation instead of sticking to your old run and gun ways. I know your father named you after a gunslinger, but that's not how this world works anymore.
Early retirement, huh?
There's a few things we can do. I can set you up with a desk job. You can train.
No.
It is a good government job with benefits. You could have a 401k. You could get a house instead of living out of our storage unit, essentially, in our Asian housing.
Director, what in the fuck makes you think that I'm going to be comfortable with the pencil necks upstairs? I'd rather die on my feet out there than wither away in there.
Your brother said the same thing.
You talked to Wyatt?
Yeah.
When?
2 weeks ago?
How is he?
Well, he told me to go fuck myself, so I'm assuming he's all right. You know, I was hoping that there could be one of the Millers, because we didn't get your dad. Your mother gave me more expletives than your brother did. But I was hoping that one of you would see the benefit of working with us besides you. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Do you feel rested?
Sure.
There is a layup assignment, if you'd like it. When a batter's in a slump, you send them down to the minors, they hit a couple homers, you bring them back up. And you see what I'm saying?
So I'm in a slump.
I'd call getting your team killed a slump. Whether or not it was your fault or not, they're dead. We work as a team here, and we need to get you back on that team. I'm not asking you to replace Jim. I'll never ask that of you. But if you want to work as a field agent, maybe some pathfinding, maybe some reconnaissance, scouting could be more suited to you. How about that? He picks up the manila folder. This next one, it's easy. Locals, there's something about woodland spirits. I honestly think there's just something out in the woods that just taking hunters for whatever, but Small town called Delhi. Actually, I sent one of the kids up there. SUNY Delhi, starting to come up. It's Delhi Ag and Tech. He wants to do something with farming. I don't know. He's a fucking idiot.
All right. Sure.
There's no field office. You'll be going in alone, just the way I know you like it. There's a car prepped and then in the garage if you want it.
I'll hold out my hand for whatever information he has on the case and just kind of...
He hands you a single piece of paper with the town name, Delhi, New York, a contact who is Sheriff Marla Quinn, and then a local professor, and it says circled next to his name, no otherworld knowledge. Professor Robert Heinlein. Base overview is reports of several murders. Sheriff does have some knowledge. She is our de facto field agent in the area. Family connection, something we couldn't keep under wraps. So she's agreed to let you up there under the guise of an EPA agent.
Okay.
Investigating overpopulation of the local fauna species because it's dealing with hunters. It kind of makes sense.
Okay.
You can head down to the armory when you want, and he slides over your badge.
Okay. I open it up. Does it say like Deacon Miller EPA?
EPA.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I laugh when I open the badge. EPA.
Yeah.
You didn't think we could find something that suited my sunny disposition a little more?
You're an environmentally friendly man, aren't you?
I'll like light a cigarette. Yep. I'll light my cigarette and inhale and like blow the smoke at him.
Exactly.
Sure.
I still smoke in parliaments. We need a win here. I know you do too.
Yeah, all right.
Director stands up, folds the manila envelope over, goes to the back of the mirror and just goes tap, tap. And the mirror opens up and you see 5 people there. And a lot of them are like not making eye contact with you now that like they know. You see a couple researchers. You see an armorer, which you have met a couple times. They are all 10 years or more younger than you, and they are all bright young people. You sense that a lot of them were just in there looking to like watch your interaction, and they kind of like start shuffling out.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk over to the two-way mirror, just like very slowly, and like smoke my cigarette, and I pull it out and I just blow, and then I'm just going like at all of them, and then just kind of like chuckle to myself and walk out.
Their offices are under Grand Central Station. It goes about a mile down into the earth. Now, various vaults, areas where they can, monitor things. There is a deep connection in the city that never sleeps to the other world. Many people have died here. Many people will continue to work here. This Manhattan Bureau is one of the largest at the time of this.
Cool.
And you walk outside and you see these vast array of desks and people typing away. The people in the room next to you start walking out, and you hear just under the their breath, because with your 20 passive perception, you hear, that guy's so fucking cool.
Awesome.
And you walk over to, I'm assuming you're going to the armory,
Yeah.
the garage.
I'll take a second because I haven't been here in 2-3 months now. This is my first day back, so I take a second to kind of like look around, and with like the fresh eyes of not having been here in a while, kind of do take a moment to like appreciate how the machine that it is, and how efficient it is. All the people that are involved.
And you see that it is a typical office in this time period. Cubicles, people in white, very pressed shirts and pocket protectors. And it kind of looks like a little bit of NASA that you've seen in the movies.
Yeah.
And you look over and you see that you stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
A man in a trench coat and a hat with a big old beard who is smoking indoors. And you kind of like cut through all of this and you make your way towards the elevator, and you do see people like pop up from their cubicles and like look, and it's Deacon Miller. Oh shit, Deacon Miller. Oh my god. I hear he killed a mermaid once. And you kind of get the din of this. You press the button, 68. And it goes up a couple floors because you were quite low.
Gosh, we're a mile underground. This is fucking awesome. That's so cool.
Thank you. As you go up, The armory is pretty unassuming for most people, and it's about a 10-foot area where you can kind of go in, and then it just goes up into like a gated area. It is caged. There is a desk that is built into the cage with a slot that kind of closes it, and you see working behind the cage, tinkering what looks to be like a rifle, but instead of your typical lower receiver with like bullets and stuff like that, you see there's just like an arcane focus that is floating there, and he's kind of tinkering with it, and he looks at you and goes, "Oh, Deacon!" And you see a 20-year-old man, balding already, but like really intense eyes, rail thin, looks like he barely feeds himself. You know this to be Dale Sullivan. You call him Sully. And Dale stops tinkering with this rifle and puts it in a rack, and you see that he opens up this door, and you see into this, and it is so much bigger on the inside than it should be.
Yeah.
And he puts it in a rack of like dozens of these other identical-looking rifles, and he kind of just closes it. It's like, "What can I do for you?"
New toys, Sully?
I love magic. It is the single greatest moment of my life that I've discovered it. Dale was brought in like 6 months ago.
Awesome. So he's relatively new.
Yeah.
You settled in, Sully?
Yeah, I'm getting everything cataloged. We do have a lot of things that are passing through here. There are arcane instruments that I am not able to access, and that is a problem. And I have talked to the director about it, but he says that I need to stay here longer, and I am just very anxious. You look at Sully's eyes, and he has not slept in like 2 days.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, tell you what, Sully. If you can help me out, get me outfitted for this layup I got up north, I'll see what I can do with the director.
You want
Maybe
the
get you some
standard?
early. Yeah.
And he goes and hands you your sawed-off shotgun.
Fuck yeah. That's so awesome. Like I look at the new arcane things. And Deacon he's a creature of habit for sure. I'm a creature of habit. It's like the new things like look nice, but I don't trust him yet.
He puts down a box of shotgun shells, and you would know that these have been magically enhanced to breach magical defenses.
Nice.
They have been prayed over by priests. They have been blessed by the artificers. There we go.
Yeah.
Artificers.
Artificers. I mean, it could be said that way.
Yeah.
The artifice.
The artificers. They have been done all the things that surpass magical resistances.
Cool.
And he goes and kind of leans over and goes, "Deacon, I know you're like a big to-do in this whole thing. Got a little something extra if you want to try it."
Color me intrigued, Sully.
So I noticed that you wear that hat a lot,
Yeah.
and I found a hat.
Okay.
One of our agents from our Chicago branch, kind of an older guy, he said he was returning it after a long time. So he's had it for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he goes and kind of goes over to this, like, what looks like a hat box. And he opens it up, and it looks like the most cartoonishly garish wizard's hat. Like literally purple with stars on it.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "Now this is a hat." Goes up and he puts it on, and he goes, "Who's your favorite actress?"
Elizabeth, oh God, she played Cleopatra.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor, right? Because she was like, was she 50s and 60s?
Yeah.
So she was when I was
She
growing up. And
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's Elizabeth Taylor.
And a spotting image of Elizabeth Taylor and Cleopatra. And you see the Elizabeth Taylor look at you and go, "Hey, big boy."
In spite of myself, I do laugh.
Yeah.
All right, Sully, let's turn that off before I have any
Oh, I mean, I can change. How about this? And he turns into Carrie Fisher herself.
Oh, awesome.
It's 1978.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's
1979.
right. Yeah, it's like, what, Empire Strikes Back or something right now? Awesome.
Good. This is personally my favorite.
Oh, well, she's definitely a looker. In the interest of not having the memory of your voice, Sully, coming out of her face.
Okay. Help me, Obi-Wan.
Jesus.
He takes the hat off and he reverts back into his Sully form. You want it?
I'll take it. Is there any way to change the dressing here? Or?
Oh, the original hat?
Yeah.
No.
So this is what it looks like, huh?
Like you don't like you would notice that when he is changed,
Yeah.
the hat isn't there.
Oh, okay.
It is a hat of disguise
Yeah.
over the table.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
hat does not remain.
Oh, okay.
But when you're not using it, it looks like a wizard's hat.
Okay. I'll put it on, and use it to look like myself with a normal hat on. It's illegal.
That's a little boring. You ask me, but
Well, Sully, I'll change my appearance to look like my brother Wyatt. Lots of folks up in here. Lots of masks to wear. Turn back into myself.
all right. Oh, one more thing. The director said you get a car, so I figured I would be a little nice. And he slides you over very nondescript looking keys. Just go down to the garage and you'll see.
Thanks, Sully.
I think I'm gonna go get some coffee.
I think you should probably take a nap.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'll head down to the garage.
So you go into the elevator, push the button for 2. So you have to go way up to the top to get to the road.
Cool.
You can tell that this was built. This is not something that the ShadowGate Bureau built themselves. This was built probably as a fallout shelter or some sort of underground tunnel.
Right, okay.
And based off of your time in the Bureau, that this leads out into an old, unused subway tunnel that allows you to go up in through one of the tunnels, probably the Lincoln Tunnel based off of where you are, and goes up into it in a secret entrance that is blocked by the otherworld vision.
Amazing. Oh, that's so cool.
There are mechanics and people working here. There are nondescript Pontiacs, Fords, buses, and you've got vans and surveillance things. Standing on a movable kind of cart with a bunch of keys and a bunch of papers stacked over it, you see Clara O'Neill. It's the 70s. She's got these huge bell-bottom jeans on, this very much trying to go for the Farrah Fawcett look, but she's got it back in a low pony. Clara is extremely beautiful. She would be a model if not for the grease stains all over her. And she turns around and looks at you and goes, "Miller! Wow, you look like a sack of shit."
You look like you fell in a bowl of grease.
Oh, I did. I've been working here all day. My dad always taught me that a woman in grease is always more pretty than a woman in makeup. So what the fuck are you in my garage for?
And I'll pull up the keys.
Huh. Did you get a little bit of a favor from the director, eh? Well, I just gassed her up. I'll have the boys pull her around for you. How about that?
Thanks, O'Neill.
She goes over and she takes the keys. She throws it at a kid in her car and goes, go get this fucking car. And the kid comes up out of the car.
Awesome.
Oh, shit, Deacon Miller. Hey.
And I'll just again, I fucking light up another cigarette, look at him.
Clara kicks the guy in the ass. Says, "Stop gawking and go get the fucking car."
I love her.
It is a blacked out 1978 Dodge Charger.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes! Oh, so good. I wanted to give you an Impala, but I
dude. No, that's amazing.
And the kid drops it into first, and you hear a little, and Clara just stares at him and he puts it into park and puts the brake on, leaves it running, and just kind of shuffles over and goes back underneath the car. And she goes, "I fucking thought so."
Can't be grinding the gears on my new baby. And I'm just gonna rub my hand along it.
It is pristine. They just buffed it. It's wonderful.
Excellent. I love this car. I love this car so much. I'll go around the trunk, open it up.
In the trunk, where should be a area for storage, you see that they have outfitted this with a standard issue. Availability for an otherworldly being to be trapped isn't the right word, but it's kind of the right thing of you put an otherworldly being into this engine. It is kind of similar to how a generator would work. There is a fuel source, which is where you would put that being in, and then it needs to be powered up, and that is tied into the real wheel drive of this charger.
Okay, cool.
We do have some paladin-like people that have been driving these types of things, and I think you'll like the new extra features.
Oh, yeah?
Over the table,
Yeah.
if you cast Find Steed into this can be your steed.
No! What? Yes! Oh, man. Oh, man. I gotta fucking find Steed. Can I
do have
reprint
Find
my
Steed?
spells? Fuck yeah. I appreciate you very much right now, O'Neill.
Hey, appreciate me more when you bring it back in one piece with no scratches. And she takes premium.
Yeah, and I'll like wave out of the window and then fucking turn it over and just...
And as you go up into the highway, out on the Lincoln Tunnel, going north, it takes you a little bit. There's traffic this time of day. Can't really get around it, unfortunately.
No.
You go up 81. You go up through, I don't know if Deacon's ever been to the Catskills or anything like that.
I think so, yeah. Probably a couple of times.
It starts to, like, there are streetlights as soon as you get probably north of Yonkers, probably all the way to Poughkeepsie. And then you start going into the more rural areas. You start to hit a few dirt roads. You start to hit areas where your headlights are the only thing that are on. From when you left the Bureau, we'll say it was around like 1 p.m. So at this time, it'll take you about 5 hours. So it'll be about 6.
Yeah. I'll make it up there in one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pull into Delhi, New York. You pass through Walton, which is a town right there. And you see that a lot of these towns in upstate New York at this time are fully agrarian. A lot of farmers.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are-
Late 70s.
Yeah. There are businesses. You drive past a dairy. You drive past what looks to be some sort of like smelting area, like like a steel plant.
Yeah.
But there are vast stretches of nothingness where it's just trees, corn, and rolling hills. And the Catskills are nice. They have a very kind of quaint little being to them. You see, as you're kind of like pulling up through like the things, there are kids outside running around, throwing the ball back and forth.
I look at the kids, think about my upbringing.
Yeah.
How like fucking, I wasn't like, instead of throwing balls, I was doing like 5-mile runs with my brother in the fucking dark because my dad wanted us to. And just like look and be glad that there are kids who just get to like grow up normal.
It's the sacrifices of the few that get the many to have feelings of safe and security. And you think about that. And you think about your brother and what the director said.
I haven't talked to Wyatt in a while, probably a couple of months at least. Why did they contact him? Did I ever ask? No, I didn't ask. Huh. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about that.
And as you're coming in on Route 10, you go north and you pull into the town. And the town is, to say sleepy is too nice.
Oh,
It
wow.
is boring as shit. There is a college, and as you kind of look up on the hill, you see this town that says Delhi Ag and Tech. The college is on one side of a large valley. On the left, you see that Delhi Ag and Tech is up on the hill to the west. To the east, you see this like Greek revival building, large white pillars, and then this large clock tower. You assume this is the local school just based off of the size, but it looks like a old, like, turn of the 1900s mansion. Almost.
Interesting. Okay.
And you go down on your right, you see a small little grocery, some softball fields in the distance. It looks to be a hospital. And as you turn into Main Street off of Route 10, you see that there is a sign that says Bagels and Cream, which is a bagel shop. And then you turn and you start to see one church, 2 churches, 3 churches. What the? And you, like, as you're driving down Main Street, on Main Street alone, there are 4 churches.
Oh, wow.
And they're all different flavors of Christianity.
Yeah.
You see Presbyterian, you see Baptist, you see Methodist, you see the Church of Latter-day Saints. And you're like, that's really fucking
That's
weird.
a lot.
And then you see a sign on the road that says Delhi, New York, home of 11 churches. Which is 100% true. Because Delhi's a real fucking place.
Oh, boy. That's hilarious. Okay, 11 churches?
11
And this town's like small, right?
Town has a combined population at this point of 4,000. And there's 10 churches.
Wow. That's okay.
They also serve the grounding area. So like, there's not like a church house out in the valley or whatever. They're all in the town.
Fascinating. Okay.
You pull, as you realize, like, oh, I'm supposed to see the sheriff. You turn right, Main Street, past the Tractor Supply.
Supply Co.
Tractor Supply.
Hell yeah, man.
On the left, you see a gas station. On the right, you see a little sandwich shop.
Stop at the gas station, grab another pack of cigarettes.
Oh, you walk in the gas station, you park the car, and you see that it's evening time.
Yeah.
You see down Elm Street, you see a row of houses. There's just, suburbia. They're in town. Everyone's got a dog and a house and fences. It's fantastic. The ideal of Americana. And you go inside the Sunoco gas station.
Amazing.
And you you open up the doors, and this elderly white man who's standing behind that very clearly has dip in his mouth and just quickly goes, help you?
Yeah, just and I'll walk up to the counter, pack of Parliaments, and then I'll give him probably what I
$2.
Oh geez, God, oh man, 1978.
Yeah,
and then it'd probably cost what, probably $15-$20 to fill up the charger.
Oh, $10.
Yeah,
gas is
that's
like,
true. I guess
gas is under $1.
Dude, gas was $1. Yeah, gas was like $1.80 when in the 90s. So yeah, in the 70s, god dang. Yeah. So I'll give him a couple of fives and just like whatever gas, like the Parliaments, and I'll give him $10.
65 cents.
Oh my fucking god! What happened, guys?
65
cents. Jesus. Oh my god. So what? 20-gallon tank.
You hand him a 20 and he gives you change.
Yeah. Oh god. Can you imagine how good that would feel today?
Yeah.
This is my routine as I get into town, anywhere that I haven't been before, anywhere that is like new. Is there like a newspaper around?
You see that there is a small stack of papers. It is the newspaper is the Daily Star.
Cool. I'll like take one and look at it. Is there a story about the people missing?
The front page news is that the Delhi Bulldogs have beaten the Walton Warriors 10-0.
Oh wow.
Because it's baseball.
There you go. Oh wow, that is a stomping.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just like look at the paper real quick. I will buy that too. I'm new to town. Anything worthwhile doing up here this time of night, or is it?
I mean, this time of night, there's no game on. He kind of looks. He goes, "Well, what are you trying to do?"
Maybe just grab a drink and.
Well, there's two options. There's Picks, and there's the Shire. So, you want to eat with dirtbags or drunks?
Dirtbags.
Picks it is.
All right.
You're gonna go north, and then you're gonna go down on Main Street west.
All right.
And you realize that he's to give you the directions of where you've already passed.
Nice.
And you didn't see a bar.
Oh, fascinating. Oh, yeah. Any landmarks I should look out for? I came up that way. I didn't notice.
Oh, you must have passed the Cannon House.
Is that
you see the Presbyterian?
Is the Canton House?
The Cannon House.
Cannon House.
Yeah.
Is that big Greek Revival building?
What's Greek Revival?
The big pillars.
Oh, no, that's the school.
Oh, okay.
That's Delaware Academy.
Delaware Academy?
Delaware
Academy.
You would know that this is in Delaware County.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You a cop?
No. And then I'll just be like, I'm with the Environmental Protection Agency. I almost break as I say it. I can't. Yeah. But
you one of them hippies?
And I'll kind of point down at myself and be like, despite my look, yeah, I think it's important. It's a job, pays the bills.
Takes the can out. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much going on. I mean, there's that hunter that turned up dead. That's a...
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. I see a police officer start walking in.
Oh, okay.
And he says, Eddie, I want a pack of Marlboros, and you got any... hi there.
How's it going?
New to town.
Yeah. Deacon Miller. Nice to meet
Rich
you,
Ennis,
officer.
nice to meet you.
I'll
He shakes your hand.
Rich, what's his name?
Ennist.
Ennist.
Ennest. He's very close cropped hair, high and tight, about 6'2". He's got a little bit of a paunch on him.
Okay.
Bigger guy.
Mm-hmm. Officer Ennis, I was actually just talking to our friend here, and what was the...
Eddie.
Eddie. I was just talking to Eddie. How are you guys doing with the... I don't mean to pry, but I heard about the hunters or some such.
Yeah. Someone up on Federal Hill got torn to shit.
Some kind of animal?
Yeah, we think so. Sheriff doesn't really want us to talk about it with the public. I'm sorry, but it's kind of public knowledge.
Yeah, I'll pull out my badge and just show it to him. And
You're a Fed.
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to meet with the sheriff at some point, so figured
I mean, he looks at his watch and should be at the Shire in probably 30 minutes.
Oh, and then I'll turn to Eddie. So drunks it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything I should know? Never met the sheriff before.
Marla?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's okay. I'm village cop, so I don't really have to listen to her, but, you know,
all right.
she likes to think that she runs shit.
That's Seth laughing. I don't know if Deacon laughs.
That's okay.
But, well, it's always weird when I show up, try not to step on toes as much as I can.
That's great.
Facilitate an easy working relationship. Anything I should be aware of? Any peculiarities? Any?
And it's kind of there's like a kind of thinks for a second. Eddie spits more time. Just get her drunk, you'll be fine.
All right. Well, can do.
Likes Seagrams.
Seagrams.
Yeah, 7 and 7.
7 and 7. Well, thank you very much,
Hey, you're
Officer
Ennis.
Ennis.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Hopefully, we'll be seeing one another soon.
Hey, not too soon. Puts his hat back on, pays Eddie, and gets out into his car. You see, as you kind of look outside, the car of where the gas station is, you can see through the window, and you see that like a small group of people are like looking around your car. 2 old men, one wearing a tank top and a hat and jeans, the other wearing like a jacket, and they've kicked your tires a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
And they're like kind of doing the once over.
All right. Do they look like they're casing it to steal
No,
it, or they just...
these are 2 old men going like, brand new car, gotta look at it.
Yeah, I find that kind of charming.
Yeah.
My dad has always been a big car guy, so I'll square up with Eddie, and then, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Walk out, light a cigarette, and I'll walk over and just like, how we doing, gentlemen?
Ooh, got a new car here.
Yeah. New ride, new set of wheels, and I'll open it up and get inside.
They without
I was
asking,
gonna say, yeah.
just go on in.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Feel free, take a seat.
Oh,
And I'll like let him sit down.
you see that the shorter of the 2 gets in the driver's seat and kind of just like, hell yeah.
And then I'll say like, tell you what, don't drive off, but I'll give him the keys and let him start it.
You see 2 older men who clearly just go, oh shit. And you see they turn on and immediately. Just peel out, go down Elm Street.
Oh shit! Wait, they steal it?
No, they peel out, go down Elm Street, and then you're like, oh shit, they steal it?
Yeah.
And they immediately do a 180 turn, and they with the brakes and go around and come around and go.
Oh, amazing.
And you see that both of them have turned the radio up, and you just hear, eastbound and down. And the both of them come back, and they're just like, 2 older men have just like come in and be like, that was the greatest moment. What's your name, by the way?
And I'll say Deacon.
And they
Deacon
shake
Miller.
hands. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Are you going to the bar tonight?
I'm headed to the Shire, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
I owe you one. I owe you 3.
Fair
And
enough,
the
fair
other guy goes, I owe you 6. I think I might have puked in this car.
I'll say, you heading there, gentlemen, now?
I mean, yeah.
And I'll be like, well, why don't you drive? And then I'll get in the passenger.
And you look at the man in the passenger seat. He goes, I don't have a license.
Maybe not you then. How's that,
Okay.
partner? And I'll tell him to get in the back, and I'll let the guy who does have a license,
Yep.
presumably.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't asked him.
That's true. I'll be like, how about you?
I have a license, yeah. I mean, Tater doesn't have a license because he's got too many DUIs.
Oh shit! Do I believe him
Hindsight.
that he's got a license? Holy shit! Give my car to these drunk old men. Oh man. Oh, that's good. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, go.
New character sheet. First roll. 11 plus 6, 17.
You look at this guy, steady hands.
Yeah.
You look back at Tater. Tater's shaking already.
Okay, cool.
You didn't hear grinding of gears at all.
right,
and
true.
Whatever. So whether or not he has a license, he can drive.
Well, you know what? Deacon's not really one for the rules anyway.
All right.
So,
Oh, and my name's Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Dave.
too,
And
Deacon.
then how about? And then what'd you say? What was the guy in the back's name?
Tater.
Tater.
Yeah. Dave goes, you ready?
Throws it in the front and just starts driving. And I'll let him. Like, you only live once, there, Dave. Go ahead. And
Yeah,
open
but
it
where
up.
we're going ain't that far.
Oh, all right. Fair
You see he exits Elm Street, takes a left back on Kingston, goes right on Main, and drives for about 500 feet, and then parks it on the side of the street.
Amazing.
And that is where we're going to end episode 1 of Hunter's Moon. I want to give a huge shout out to Seth Dan Fowler. It's very difficult to do one-on-one D&D, and it makes it so much easier when you have a really fantastic storyteller right across from you that Seth is. You may recognize Seth from the Venture Forth podcast. Venture Forth available everywhere at Venture Forth D&D. Fantastic storyteller, fantastic person, just a great man. I'm excited to have more episodes come out with him. Things really heat up in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th episodes of this. That being said, we have 3 more episodes coming out after this on a bi-weekly schedule. I want to thank our producers, Allie and C-Mike, my editor, C-Mike, Michael Gelfi Studio, Shayna Laughlin, Marini Co., Ethan Myers, all the artists related in this. It is an honor and a pleasure to be able to tell these stories, and I hope we can keep doing it. But come back in 2 weeks for the next episode of Hunter's Moon. Thank you.
Oh, dude, the Hunter's Moon. Oh, I
Yes.
love it.
Regular, degular smites.
And I got Moonbeam, Alarm, Detector Magic, and She Invisibility. She Invisibility. Oh my God. All right.